Hello everybody, Bilbo Swaggins here. We're back for some more Terraria. Now, we tried to fight the King Slime. It didn't go well, but that's okay. We're actually almost strong enough right now to fight the Eye of Cthulhu. The King Slime, a little bit of a whiff, but it's okay. So we're just going to go down here, grab some more real quick. We're going to come back up, and honestly, we might fight the Eye of Cthulhu right here and right now. It's definitely not going to be as hard as you think if you've never seen the fight, but it'll be fun. How's everyone's day been? Hopefully it's been pretty good. We're doing pretty well in this series so far. We got a nice hotel going on. We got our little crafting shack, and we got a little bit of armor going on. We just need some more gold. Get some more gold. Go crazy with it. So we went to the left last time. Let's head to the right. The right has unexplored territory, which might have goodies. Like, for example, down here. How deep does this go? Potentially very. And we do have Star Fury to make our life a little bit easier in terms of the exploring. I mentioned this already, but you can kind of... Ow! You can kind of use it to explore. So, like, bam. I now know there's a cave over here. There's also some silver. So we're going to hop down there. But yeah. Eye of Cthulhu. Not very hard. We should be able to beat him with gold stuff. Might need a couple accessories or maybe a better weapon, but we'll see. Potions are not going to be as important as you think. Potions maybe not super duper vital. We'll grab some over the course of the playthrough, but I think the only time we're really going to need potions is perhaps Terraria and maybe Skeletron. It depends. Sometimes I struggle with Skeletron. Sometimes I don't. Terraria, though, always giving me trouble. We'll also need it for Moonlord. Moonlord is always tough. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. A lot of silver here. This is actually pretty impressive. Nice sized little vein here. It looks like there is another cave down there. I want to head down there and see what's going on. Let's hop down here. Get this freaking jellyfish out of the way. Ooh, we got another mine shaft here. Or minecart track. Kind of a mine shaft in a way, right? It's basically a mine shaft. I don't know who built it. The lore of Terraria is weird. It's like, listen, we're basically fighting Cthulhu here, and there's really no explanation as to why we're fighting Cthulhu. There's really no explanation as to why we're here, even. And wow, this is extremely long. We must have been on the other end of it. Let's not burn ourselves. Careful. We are... What? Jeez, this is the deepest freaking minecart track I've ever seen. What the hell? That was crazy. That was so deep. Oh my god. Oh, that was crazy. Well, let's head over here. And let's see if we can perhaps get some ore. I don't... Why is this so long? Look at it. It's massive. It's like double the length it should be. I don't know why it's so big, but I see a life crystal up there. That's lucky. Go up there and grab it real quick. Pop it. Of course, we always need the HP. We will cap out at 400, so it's very important that we get the 400 as soon as possible to make our life just a little bit easier. So this biome is called the Marble Biome. It doesn't really have anybody in it right now, I think, besides maybe the gladiator dudes who throw javelins. But later on, it'll have a couple other enemies, but this biome's basically useless. I mean, it's there just for show. There's an enemy called Medusa that'll spawn in it. She drops an okay item. It's not really useful per se, but it's not really bad. Just kind of meh. You find it and you're like, oh, okay, I might use that for like 30 minutes. We're almost at 500 subs, I saw. I think I checked today and we are very close. We were at like 495. That's pretty cool. I might have to make a, fun Isaac video about that, won't I? I don't know I don't think I'll do anything special, but we'll celebrate the occasion. We're making a lot of progress here on the YouTube, which I'm very excited about. I'm glad people are enjoying the content. And we're going to swap out the aglet here. So we finally have Hermes boots here, which are actually one of the best, accessories in the game. It is your main source of movement, and it will keep being upgraded throughout the game. And generally, it's just going to be super helpful that we have them now. It makes our life a lot easier. That's honestly an understatement. There's the mushroom biome over there. I guess we're done in here. We can head deeper now. I am trying to get gold ore here, but the gold ore apparently just doesn't want to show itself. But that's okay. We don't necessarily need to get it as soon as possible. There's no rush to fight Aya Cthulhu, because once we start fighting the bosses, for the most part, that's what we're going to be doing. We're just going to be fighting bosses. There will be a little bit of mining in between, like, you know, get some meteorite, get the ores in the hard mode. But past that, we're not really going to be mining a lot like early on in this playthrough. So it's important we get the exploration out of the way. The next big, like, mining thing we're going to do is probably going to be mining the elevator, which is one of the most important things we have to make throughout the entire series here. The elevator is going to be our lifeline for convenience and just generally making our life a lot easier when we're trying to do other things later on. The convenience aspect of finding the caves and making our life a lot easier at finding the ores when we enter hard mode. It's also useful for obviously getting into hell really fast, but we shouldn't struggle. Ooh, the Giant Trader's here. I don't know if we'll really get any use out of the man. I think this is the first time we picked Demonite up. You're not going to mine this stuff typically. Where you're going to typically get it is going to be from the bosses. So Aya Cthulhu and Eater of Worlds drop it. That's mainly where you're going to be getting this ore. You don't mine it. It's just, it's there in the world, I guess. Maybe it's just like a new player thing. It's like, hey, there's an ore. And you're like, man, there's not a lot of it. How am I supposed to get more? Fight the bosses. And then you go, oh, dopamine to the brain. You can fight the bosses and get more ore. Or better items. Or anything. Because what this game's really about, at the end of the day, kind of unlike Minecraft, is you're here to kill some bosses and progress. You kill bosses, you progress the world. It changes around. New things spawn. New bosses come out. It gets exciting. Guardian Hermes boots, what do we got? Spiked? We're going to switch them out. Just because of the better modifier there. But we have no purpose for this. Multiplayer, typically, it's useful to, you know, find dupes and stuff. Here, not so much. We can sell them for money, though. But that's about it. The dupes are not... Okay, can we stop with the yield? There we go. I've got to sneeze. I'm sorry. That should be good. Sorry about that. But anyways, we're moving on. We're getting a little bit of gold ore here. I see another life crystal down here. As soon as we hit 400 health, well, it's like the bare minimum of being OP. Our health can actually be... Did I not see a life crystal? Am I crazy? Am I delusional? I guess I am. I swear I saw a life crystal. What? Huh? Huh? Wait a minute. Not that crazy, right? I apparently am. Oh my god. Oh wait, I mined it. Am I stupid? Oh my god, you guys are probably looking at me right now like, what the hell is he doing? He mined it. I don't know when I mined it. I must have accidentally mined it with the smart tool. I completely missed that I picked it up. I was thinking about talking about something, and then I apparently was going for the life crystal, and I didn't even see that I mined the life crystal. Well, whatever. We got it. That's the important part. We actually have a little bit of, you know, movement now. Is that... I was going to say, is that a mimic? But no, that's impossible. There's no mimics pre-hard mode. But I was a little, you know, I was a little suspicious of that for a second. I was like, what the hell? What's a chest doing right there? There are mimics in this game. They only spawn hard mode. And they drop a lot of money. They're good for a money farm. They do drop some accessories and stuff, which is pretty good as well. But generally, those, they're meh. You don't really want to fight them unless you want to generate a lot of money. Which in vanilla Terraria, you do want a lot of money later on. Sometimes I'll set up a mimic farm. It's really easy to do. But I don't know if we'll do it in this series. Maybe we will. I don't know how far we're going to take this other than Moonlord. We might make it a nice expansive world. Who knows? But we're going to do it one step at a time. And this is why it's important to make an elevator to get down around faster, but we'll do that here in a bit. Once we have a better pickaxe, like Demonite pickaxe, that's probably when we'll make our elevator, just for convenience. I could sit here and mine it really slowly, but do you guys want to see that? Absolutely not. There's nothing exciting about mining an elevator. It's just something we got to do. It's like going to work. Grab this iron. Iron isn't the most useful thing, but You're always going to need a little bit throughout the runs. I mean, it's not like we're going to be sitting here mining iron throughout the entire run. We'll probably have enough early on that we may never have to mine iron again. But we'll see. Sometimes, you know, you always need a little bit more iron. I feel like I typically run into that problem like later on in like hard mode, and it's where maybe I start needing more chests or something like that, and you need iron for chests. You'd also use them for potions, but we're only playing expert mode. Potions aren't going to be as important. Generally, the only times I tend to craft potions are on the very hard bosses in vanilla. Now, if I'm playing master mode, I will craft potions all the time because it's kind of a must. But we're just sitting on expert mode right now. Calamity is also a, you know, a mod pack where crafting potions is basically a must. You don't want to be potionless in Calamity. Calamity makes your life a lot harder if you aren't crafting potions. But there is also a potion seller in that game, or in that mod. So it's not as hard. If you guys want to see a Calamity playthrough, let me know. But it'll have to wait for a while because we have many games on the to-do list. The caves are very expansive. This is why I like Star Fury, though, especially early on. It lets us explore a lot easier. How much gold are we at right now? 31. We have not found a lot of gold. Maybe I should pop a Spelunker's potion, which I'm going to do, actually. Is that gold over there? Hold on. It's actually really hard to tell. It definitely is. Okay, let's go over there real quick. There's also a life crystal. I don't like to pop them early on because I like to keep them for the later on when we go into the hard mode wars. Because Spelunker's potions can be a little annoying to, you know, find. Blood Moon is rising. Oh, we're going to have to go to the surface, won't we? Blood Moon's always exciting. But I have to get these life crystals first. It's a must. Blood Moon doesn't really do anything yet besides spawn a bunch of enemies and some special enemies. But later on, it's going to have a purpose. Ooh, worms. Worms are definitely annoying in this game. You never want to... There's a couple worm enemies later on, especially, that are very annoying and will tend to just show up when you're in the middle of mining like this. This guy, not such a big deal. He doesn't do a lot of damage. But they knock you around. They're doing a lot of damage. It's very annoying. Worm enemies have been going crazy recently. If you guys have seen any of the Noita stuff, the worm enemies, man, they don't stop. Been doing Twitch streams where my chat can spawn anything they want, basically. The worms are going crazy. I just don't understand, man. What's with the worm obsession in these games? Okay, we're gonna kill this guy. Give me a hook, too. No hook. Okay, well, that's fine. Well, I gotta go get that. Hold on. We might not do the Blood Moon. But that's okay. Not doing the Blood Moon is whatever. Like I said, there's really no purpose to the Blood Moon early on. Can you even get the blood droplets? I don't even think so, right? I don't know. Again, we're not using the wiki, so I can't look anything up. So it's just going to be a little bit experimental, but early on, Terraria is fairly easy. Maybe later on it'll be a little bit more annoying, especially when I got to find specific accessories that I might not remember off the top of my head. But we will see, we will see. Kill this guy. And what do we got in here? Any ore for me, perhaps? More Hermes boots. Okay, well, you know what? The Hermes boots are going crazy. Alright, so. Blood Moon? Probably not happening. But, that's okay. There's a water chest right there. So the water chests are actually really good because they could have water walking boots in them. But not this one. But we're going to need that, especially later on. Ooh, we got a pet. We got the shark one. I know this one. It's kind of rare to run into him, honestly, but there he is. We got a little shark in a bubble now. How cool. He doesn't actually do anything. Some pets do attack, I think, if I recall. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure some pets attack. Or is it a special pet slot? Hold on. It's the light pet slot. That's right. You can have a couple pets. Sometimes they're utility where they're like a light or something. Sometimes they actually attack, right? Flare gun, not useful stuff. This is where we start getting a bit more picky and we just kind of, you know, keep on keeping on. Because, listen, we don't need all that stuff. I could take it back and sell it for money, but there's not a big reason to do that. They're not worth a lot of money. Can we chill? There's no reason to beat me up like this. Blood moons do spawn the spawn rate of enemies, or rather, they raise the cap. So, more enemies can spawn. Because typically, you know, only so many enemies can spawn. But right now, a lot more can spawn. So, our problems are kind of, you know, skyrocketing because of that, mostly. Oh boy, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Thank you. Ugh, that was scary. That man was out for blood. Well, we're not finding a lot of gold, which is a little annoying. I might have missed some gold. Is that gold? I'm pretty sure it is. I've also been distracted by the life crystals and the chests, you know? But we need the chest because we still need some accessories. But for right now, where our Hermes boots are at, I think that's the max we can upgrade them until we get the, you know, the Tinker. Goblin Tinker won't show up until a Goblin invasion, right? And then he'll just be tied up in the cave somewhere. It's random. But we definitely want the Goblin Tinker. Goblin Tinker is going to make our life a lot easier. Goblin Tinker is the kind of dude that shows up and you're just like, yep, my life has gotten 10 times easier now. And you can't complain. Always a big fan of the Goblin Tinker. And there's our gold. Goblin Tinker is also really useful because that's how you can reforge your stuff. Which is probably the biggest money sink in the game. Not even close. Right? I mean, like, if you probably looked on the average here of, like, how you're spending your money. Oh, we still have the Blood Moon going on. Nice. Well, you know what? I guess we get to demonstrate it a little bit. So they can't open my door. They just kind of bash it down like zombies in Minecraft. But normally they can't do that, right? Yeah, when it's not Blood Moon, I don't think they can do that. But here they can. Because it's, I guess they're kind of increased in power since it's a Blood Moon. But it's not very hard. This Blood Moon will get a lot crazier. Right now, the game's very tame. Things aren't that exciting, perhaps, yet. You know, we got some zombies here. We got some blood zombies, even. But it's not hard to deal with, especially with Star Fury here. But believe me when I say this, these events get wild later on. Like, there's going to be enemies everywhere. It's going to get crazy. And we're going to be using something called a water candle to even increase the enemy spawn rate even further. Because we want enemy spawn rates. Because a big aspect of this game is getting items. Items like, you know, accessories and weapons and stuff like that. And these guys only have a certain chance to drop them. So you need to increase your luck and you need to increase the amount of enemies there are because, well, you're going to need more enemies if you want to have a higher chance to maybe get the item you need. So I'm probably going to just block the door here. Oh, never mind. Because he wanted to get on the door. But if you ever run into this problem, you can just put a dirt block on the door there and they won't be able to hit the door anymore. Gamer Pro strats from the experienced Terraria player. But you generally, sometimes in events like this, you don't want a Blood Moon. It's just like, oh, there's a Blood Moon happening. Oh, no. And it's like, well, guess we just gotta sit here. Oh, they can jump over the, yeah. They can jump over the wall right now. It's fine. We can fix that too, with another dirt block. Bam, bam. That should stop them in theory, I guess. And we'll get rid of these dirt blocks later on, because they're kind of freaking ugly. And let's perhaps start crafting some stuff now. Main thing I want to craft is the armor. But I don't know if we have enough. We probably do not have enough gold bars. We have enough for nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're kidding me, man. Make a couple demonite bars. Awesome. There's nothing we can do with that. So, again, like I said, the next thing we need to fight here is definitely ye old Eye of Cthulhu. Which I think we're about to do, honestly. How much silver do we have? A lot. We have a lot of silver. But something we could do here is potentially just go with silver armor for the set bonus. I'm not sure what the silver armor set bonus is, but it's probably just a base defense increase. So this gives us 5 defense. How much is the chest? 4? What's the set bonus? 3 extra defense, so it's worth it to have this. So now we have 17 defense, which defense, I mean, that number doesn't look like it's a lot better. But believe me when I say this, defense matters a lot. It matters a lot. Defense will be saving you the entire game. Let's get rid of this for now. We need to make a little bit more room. For chests, specifically. But as you can see, we're keeping out all the mobs right now. We don't want to fight them. We have a black lens. That's mainly used to fight the Eye of Cthulhu. Again, you need it for the spawner. That'll spawn them in whenever you want them. Because you can just make it. Something I've been meaning to buy, by the way. Piggy bank. Realize our goal is not being quick stacked into anything. That's because we don't have a piggy bank. Piggy bank. It's important we have one because, well, we don't want to drop all the money every time we die. It's not generally a good idea. We can also store items in here. Not really useful. I mean, it's a chest. It's basically imagined as an ender chest. That's what it is. But we're just going to be using it as our piggy bank, basically. We're not going to be using it as much else. Let's store extra armor in here. For now, let's not worry too much about, you know, the details of how I'm storing them. Because our chests are not organized at all. But we'll make it work.